is the impact that India Today's coverage has made. Fraud IAS Puja has been sacked by the government. This is an end to Puja's take of IAS forgery. The centre has axed Puja with immediate effect. India Today had exposed Puja's tale of fakery. Puja Khedkar had been claiming, in fact she went ahead and said that UPSC did not have the jurisdiction to take back her certificate. This is what was her last statement. In fact, India Today had exposed the forgery that Puja Khedkar did, and now a major India Today impact can be seen. My colleague Piyush Mishra is now joining me on the story. Piyush, the central government has now taken the tough stand of axing Puja with immediate effect.
Well, certainly, Aishwarya, we can see this a huge India Today impact. What we are learning is that the central government has now decided to discharge Puja Khedkar with immediate effect, and this decision has been taken under Rule 12 of IAS provision, Rules 1954. The central government has now discharged Puja Khedkar from Indian Administrative Services with immediate effect. You would remember that on 31st of July, she was also debarred from taking part in any UPSC examination, and her candidature was also suspended by the UPSC after the UPSC had found her guilty of forgery, cheating, falsifying and misrepresenting facts. You would also remember that following which the entire matter had also gone to court, and the court is listening the entire case in the High Court, Delhi High Court. The Delhi police has also submitted that the certificates those were submitted by Puja Khedkar were false, were forged, following which she also claimed that she can go to AIIMS and get herself get a medical test done. But now the central government, after looking into all the facts, has now decided to discharge Puja Khedkar, IAS probationer, from the Indian Administrative Services with immediate effect, and this has been done under Rule 12 of Rule 12 of IAS Rules 1954.
Right, Piyush, we also saw how Puja had been making a lot of claims when the entire tale of fakery came to the fore. It was India Today who actually said that this is something which should not be done. Puja Khedkar, in fact, went a step further and even started questioning UPSC and said that all her documents, all of them were actually original documents. In fact, the tale of fakery has been very, very shocking, not just for the entire country, but even for people in the UPSC.
Well, absolutely, we had seen as to how Puja Khedkar was seen defending herself, and when the Delhi court had submitted in the court that the documents submitted by Puja Khedkar were false, she had also said that she is very much ready to go to AIIMS and get a medical test done. But now the UPSC, after looking into all the facts and documents those are available, has now decided to discharge Puja Khedkar from Indian Administrative Service under Rule 12 of IAS Rules 1954 with immediate effect. You would also remember that earlier UPSC had formed a committee to investigate all the claims those were being made, and following which we saw as to how the UPSC has found, in fact, it had found Puja Khedkar of cheating, forgery, misrepresenting facts, and after which she was suspended. Earlier she was suspended and was debarred from taking part in any kind of UPSC examinations, but now she has been discharged by the UPSC, and that decision has been taken after considering all the available facts those are there with UPSC.
Right, Piyush, this also is speaking a lot about how the central government is taking these kind of cases. The government has been very, very clear. These kind of cases, these kind of people will not be tolerated. And that's the reason why one of the most important things in the order is the immediate effect thing. So the central government also giving out a very clear signal that these kind of fakeries, if you do not fall under the category, then that is something that you cannot be doing. So that's also something that is a signal of sorts that we can take from this order that has now come in.
Well, absolutely, Aishwarya. It is now going to send a strong message to all the people who are applying for UPSC and all who must be also trying to somewhere forge the documents. So the government is now sending out a strong message that these things will not be tolerated at any cost. The sources within the government have also told us that the government is looking into various other cases also, because there were various complaints which UPSC had received, and there are many other cases on which the government is now doing investigation. But as far as this case is concerned, since beginning, Puja Khedkar has been defensive and she never accepted the wrongdoings. But UPSC not only found the aspects of forgery or cheating, but also found that there was a misrepresenting and falsifying of statements, and also the wrong certificates were submitted. It had also formed a committee to investigate into all the things. But now, after taking a decision of discharging Puja Khedkar from Indian Administrative Services, UPSC has now sent out a clear message, and the government is telling it very clearly that it is very much stern as far as these cases are concerned, and such grievance, such things will not be tolerated in coming future.
Right, Piyush, stay on with me. The question that India Today was asking was Puja Khedkar a corn queen? The disability claim that she made, she claimed disability for the IAS birth in 2022. She claimed to have locomotor disability. She used the disability certificate during her UPSC application. Now, this in fact was an OBC scam which later came to the fore. She claimed OBC non-creamy layer quota, in fact even faked annual parental income. Also took the OBC quota in 2007 and gave out the same quota in 2022 also. There was in fact even an age scam that later came to the fore. She aged just 1 year between 2020 and 2023. Faked her age during her CAT applications also. In fact, it's not just those things. There was even her name that came under the scanner. She changed her name twice before she gave examinations way back in 2020. It was Dr. Khedkar Puja. That was the name that she used in 2020. In 2023, she used her name as Puja Manorma Deepak Khedkar. So this was also something that came to the fore when investigations were being held. There was also indeed an address scam. IAS Puja used fake addresses. Fake addresses were being used for ration card. The disability certificate on fake addresses were used, and all these addresses are now defunct. In fact, Puja's Audi was registered in the name of a defunct company. So there was an investigation which was done, and on many accounts, what came to the fore was a very long thought of conspiracy theory that was being hatched by Puja Khedkar. My colleague Piyush, who broke the story, is joining me on the broadcast. Piyush, you were also mentioning about the fact that it's not just Puja Khedkar. There are a couple of other officers also who at the moment are under the radar. Now, one of the popular names which now comes to mind is Abhishek Singh, the